Vietnamese rice farming has often been likened to one tools, Tauchus basket pioneers. The Vietnamese used to the country thing. They look rather like a twisted scale with the fulcrum on the shoulder. This is because in the Mekong in the south and the Red Rivers in the north are indeed rice baskets, producing vast quantities of the grain that feed the rest of the Vietnam. Vietnam's rice is not just the fortified white stuff in a box that you dig out one month as an accompaniment to your favorite lemon chicken. Rice is life. Rice is life. Almost no meal goes without rice. As a matter of fact, the Vietnamese often don't even call it a meal if it doesn't include rice. The poor mountains Vietnamese says there is no money and there is no rice interchanged bipolarly because if they had money, they could use it to buy the rice. It means rice is money, rice means money. It is traditional currencies. There are two principal ways to grow the rice: in the wet paddies or dried hillsides. The paddy rice yields a high tonnage per hectare, but requires more labor. The dry rice is usually planted by the poor farmers who have no access to the water or live on slopes too steep to terrace. And now, how to rise in Vietnam. Now we will enjoy with the couple, the two ladies from the Western, to rise Vietnam. How to grow the rice in Vietnam. Now, in China with two ladies from the Western to grow rice in Vietnam, with a few possible variations. There are some steps required to grow rice, assuming the paddies has already been constructed. First one, flood the paddy. Second, pull out all the floating paddies with and trim them on the deck to dry. Third, empty the paddies with an engine or scoop. 4. Gather together remaining fish or other creepy crawlers and eat them. 5th, dig small channels in the mud to help dry the field. 6th, clean the paddy walls of old growth. 7. Plow the paddy with a pair of the water buffalo. 8. Smooth out the patty so that it is absolutely flat and therefore evenly moist. 9. Dig and fertilize rice seedling beds along the one side of the field. 10. Germinate the rice for 84 hours. 11. Plant rice in the seeding beds. 12. After the rice is 4 to 6 inch tall, pull it up, burn it and carry it out into the main field. 13. Replant 3 to 5 seedlings at a time approximately 6 inch apart in every available inch of field. 14. Fertilizer regularly with the cold manure or night waste. 15. Weed around each clusters of the seeding several times they grow taller. 16. Add water regularly to paddy using scoop is necessary. When rice is ripe, harvest with a sharp and curved knife and bundle into the sheaf. 18. Truss rice to remove it from the plant. 19. Dry rice in the sun. 20. Thresh rice to separate from the husks. 21. Winnow rice to remove the husk. 22. Store in the dry place. When the leaf of the rice stalk start to turn yellow, the paddies are drying and dry in preparations for the harvest. Vietnamese farmers raise rice by using sickles to cut stalks. Then they tie the stalks together and dry them. Threshing separates the grain from the rest of the plain. Sometimes it is done merchants, coolies, and sometimes peoples or animal temple the sheaves. After threshing, the rice is ready for the milling. If the rice is not completely dry, it is often spread out on communal yards or high to dry in the sun. Rice dryers are widely used in some regions now. Milling removes the husk from the kimo. Sometimes the process also strips off the brown layers which contains most of the nutrients. Brown steel has been brown coat. If you want to have us in-depth understand of the Vietnam food culture, rice farmers want to learn how to grow wet rice in Vietnam. Please follow Truong Michael. Enjoy with me. Please note rice in Vietnam is also very important to Vietnamese ways of life, and Vietnam is country with a rich wet rice growing culture.